Okay. Are we live? We're live. Okay.
We're live.
Don't know what in the
Says
world's going on.
7 seconds in. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. Well, hello everybody. There's nobody here. Oh, there's one person here. We are so grateful for you to show up. I'm sure more people will flow in. So
Yeah, we're kind of.
we'll kind of
Well, it's a
so
new moon, you know?
thank you,
It's a
thank
new
you, thank
moon.
you. Yeah, it is. Randy's here. Hi, Randy. Hi, Gina.
Randy, yay.
Yay. Hi,
Gina's
Karen
like, yay.
Robinson. Hi, Heavenly Blessed, honey. Oh, look at everybody. All the beautiful souls.
Karen.
Just make my heart smile. Karen, blessings to you
Yes, dear.
and your mom, huh?
National
Karen,
Protein Day. What the heck is that?
Karen's mom transitioned, so,
Yeah.
oh, Lord. And I think Susan Lynn's just gone live. Oh, boy. Anyhow, we're going to do astrology and let me make sure I got this chat up here on my phone. So I'm always trying to look and I can't see far back here. All right, there we go.
Oh,
Um,
Randy, I love that. I just read what you said. Hello, goddesses.
I
Yeah,
know. Isn't
we
she
have
awesome?
all that today and all of
It's
that.
all of that, yeah. The goddesses,
Pardon me.
the goddesses are here helping us with this darn new moon in Pisces tonight. Woo!
Oh, wow is
We
right. Let me see.
We have a pile up in Pisces, meaning there's 8 planets and points there. We have Ceres, the moon, the sun, Saturn, Mercury, North Node, Neptune, and we have Gong Gong. Gong Gong is about
Oh,
um, he's a water god, so some more water in here, right? And we have Psyche, which to me, Psyche in the chart is uh, the
psych.
the entrance the entrance to the doorway of your soul, right?
Right,
So where are
right.
you? Yeah, where are you
Well,
connected? We're always opening a doorway, another doorway, another doorway, another doorway. It just never stops. So
right. And that is also this is we're just in the ending of that draconic chart enhancement where everybody gets a reset,
oh, absolutely, this is a reset.
right?
Yeah, human soul, mind, and spirit. So it's all the aspects of us is our psyche, right?
Yeah.
So, and having that in with Pisces, who is probably the most one of the more psychic signs, we really well for the last since the last full moon we've been in these energies because that Pisces pile up has been there. The only thing that wasn't there was the moon, which is going to be tonight at 8:44 p.m. It's going to be exact on the new moon in Pisces will be exact 9 degrees.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
calling this a quantum purification. I mean, we're just like, I can't even find big enough words. I forget what I even named the show, The Void of Creation or something
The
like that.
void. All I could see was the void.
The void. I mean, that's where we are. And what do you do in the void, in the dark, dark, dark?
Lauren.
You plant your seeds, like, because we're going to do a little bit of a ceremony. I brought my cinnamon,
Oh,
orange, and a little candle, and I have bay leaves in there.
yeah. I'm
Got
going to
some
be doing mine
sage.
later. Tonight
Oh,
I'm doing
that's too
the.
cute. That's adorable. I
Wow,
like
and we're changing
that.
colors because we're in Pisces. I
Yeah,
dream in many colors, right?
yeah. Diana's got that visual. I know it's so cool. She writes it out, draws it out. Let me do
Thank
some
you, baby.
sage for us
Ooh,
here.
now we're green. Green.
I know, I love it. I love those
Color
lights.
of creation.
And Pisces, Pisces is everything. Everything. Pisces is the void, everything. You got to think about the zodiac wheel. We start in Aries and we go all the way around to all the signs and it ends up in Pisces is the last one. So everything is culminated in Pisces, everything. So what all we've been going through, which has been quite a lot,
Yes.
we
Every
are,
single one of us.
yeah,
Excuse me, I can hear you. Keep talking.
it's okay. As a collective, because usually we read on these shows for the collective.
Right.
Of course, we all have Pisces in our chart, but for us to go into the details of where it specifically is in your chart, we'd have to give you a reading. And if you would like a reading, all the information is below in the description box. So we do the collective forecast, energy forecast, because that's basically what this is. Astrology is the oldest science. It's the divine. When you have a chart based on your time and your place of birth, this is your divine blueprint. This has been disconnected from us most of our lives because they didn't want us being connected to our divine blueprint, and I say they in capital letters.
Yeah.
They wanted us connected to organized religion or whatever, money, power, and all that. So once you know and you can read yourself, and trust me, every time I look at my chart, which I don't really look at it very much, but when I do, I find something new every time. Every time, because
Yeah.
the outer planets, which are on the outside, are always making transits with your inner stuff. They talk to each other. They have, and it's a cosmic communication. It's a higher consciousness communication, um, and it is neutral. Right? The creator of all is, to me, unconditional love and truth. So when we are looking at a chart, it's not real emotional. I mean, it can be, we all go through different emotions and phases, right? But it does give us the directions. Where's the energy right now? So the energy right now is in all this Pisces, and it's going to stay there until the end of March when Neptune goes into Aries March 30th. But we have the North Node there, and that's kind of more the important thing here, because the North Node in this chart, in all of our charts, is showing us the way forward, where your North Star, how to go forward, where is the best way to go forward. Well, that North Node and that Neptune are saying we're entering into a higher consciousness collective community society, right? And Saturn's in Pisces too, and he's helping to rearrange how we do the systems to where they're more life affirming. So Mercury's there, getting the hearing the information, feeling, knowing, sensing. Pisces uses his senses. It's all based on how does that resonate with you, right, Diana?
Yeah. The feeling.
The feel. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Kim B. Hi, Lauren Hunsinger.
Right? Who just said that? Oh, Lauren. Yeah, your Pisces is your rising sign. So
Nice.
that means that rising sign starts the rest of your chart. That draws the cusp line for your first house. So that's, you take your first breath, and this gives you the ability to dream, but go after your dreams, because it is starting that first house, which is the I, me, my house.
Yes.
Right?
Who am I? How do you present yourself to the world? How do you like to dress? And how do you like to talk and walk? And what do you like to eat? Everything is in the first house that I am, right? So when you have it in Pisces there, you're very psychic. I know that you're intuitive. And to me, Pisces, I'm sorry, are very open-minded because they can sense everything in the all that is, in wherever it is in your chart. You're really going to have that, that discernment, and let's talk about the opposite of Pisces is Virgo, where discernment resides. That's who is the discerning sign. As Pisces dreams in and gets inspired by, goes into that Virgo, can create it onto the actual physical earth. We can make it tangible, right? Um, it's it's pretty cool because we're watching the end of this year, astrological
The
year.
astrological year.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the last, well, it's the last moons for the astrological year, because now we're in Pisces. Next the moon will be full in Virgo on the eclipse. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. As a big this month, March.
I mean, it's like we've
I don't
only
know what to say.
It's all one right now. Because we have this new moon. It'll still be the new moon tomorrow night, when at right after sunset, all 7 planets will be visible in the sky. Now, Pluto, right? We'll have
they have been
Mars,
for a while.
Mars in Cancer right on the horizon. Then we have Jupiter and Gemini just below the horizon. Then we have Uranus and Taurus above the horizon, actually right on it, a little bit over, but not much, just a small arc. And then Venus over the horizon in Aries, Neptune, Mercury, Saturn, and the Sun all on that horizon.
Yeah, and you can't see Psyche or the North Node or Gong. You can't see those.
Neptune is 28 degrees, Mercury is 24 degrees, and Saturn is 20 degrees. So look at that close proximity. And the sun is in continual motion. So it's coming into play in all of that. Now, for me, right, you were talking about the rising sign for Lauren. I have Neptune in my chart is in the 12th house. And if you've ever seen the dream show, you know how I get crazy dreams.
And she can remember them, and she can write them, draw them. I mean, that's a 12th house Pisces.
And crossovers. People in the chat, I tap into their dreams in a way. I had the same remote vision of the dream that Linda G posted the other day. And then she was on the show with us on Tuesday night, so we could discuss that.
So this is really, well, and I think we said this from the last full moon, to use these next couple weeks and these next couple weeks up until the next full moon, which will be in Virgo, which will be a lunar eclipse.
Yep.
Yeah,
lunar eclipse.
But this is the dream time. This is the time you use your imagination. You really put your heart, your feelings into that, what it is you want to create going forward in the new year, right? At the equinox next month when the new year starts. So put it, go ahead, sorry.
No. I know, like let's.
It's a lot.
Well, the thing is that like Ramadan begins tomorrow night. And what a beautiful time it is. It's a very spiritual time. Ramadan is about the first revelation to Muhammad, right? And I don't know a lot about Islamic ways, but I've had a lot of Islamic neighbors and students, parents in my school. So I've had enough of a flavor to really be able to appreciate what their faith is based on, because it's so similar. Those who followed James, the brother of Jesus, became those in Islamic ways, ended up following Muhammad. He was 500 years after Yeshua. And those who followed Peter and Paul, well, they ended up in the Catholic Church eventually, but it wasn't the Catholic Church when it first started out. It wasn't even Christianity. It was just following the ways of Christ. So, and it goes until March 29th, which is going to put us in the new moon phase for the first new moon of the astrological year.
That'll
And
be
so
in
Ramadan
Aries.
is based on that.
Yes, it's based. Well, they hit the right. The astrologers back then knew what these energies were, right? This is the
Right.
most spiritual time of the year. This is where you get in. It's winter. You go inside. Now it's not winter everywhere, right? But there is these phases that we follow, right? And we follow through the 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 changing of the season, the planet lineup. I mean, we were all astrologers, especially back in the day. Everybody was
Right.
looking in the sky. There wasn't TV or electricity or anything like that.
Right.
It was all everybody was looking in the sky. Everybody knew what was going on and where it was going and how it was going. So as we go into this year and we bring all these energies, this culmination of March, right? And it starts eclipse season, and then we have the equinox. It's going to be a huge March. I mean, unprecedented. Of course, we've been saying that for quite a while, but it's just escalating in the unknown. Let's put it that way. And we are in the unknown in Pisces.
Brandy, I have to chuckle here. This is very cool. The only thing I feel right now is exhaustion. My Virgo wants to clean. Yes, it does, because, that's the opposite of Pisces is Virgo.
Mhm.
And Pisces wants to just dream a little dream right now.
Mhm.
It's the new
Pisces,
moon as well as the sun and all those other planets lining up.
right.
And she had to buy a new rim for her car. The total was 44.
I saw that.
I love that. I
Yeah.
mean, 88 Lions Gate. What is that? That is, that is the middle of the year. What is it? Wait. Now I'm confusing that.
Okay, so let's
Yeah, let's just stick to what we got.
let's go back. Yeah,
It is a sign, Randy. It is a sign.
Everything I have to stay focused. It's very hard for
The
me.
portal is here.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's like so much is going on, and we are all just like, but we're all getting different downloads, right? We all get like it's something Diana sees hits her in a whole different way than something I see that hits me. But we know that was specifically spirit talking to us.
Well,
We
and
know when our teams are talking to us, whether we can
everyone,
share it or not. You
right.
know?
And we also know that we're getting information that is going to meld together.
Absolutely.
That weaves, that knits, that grows, that creates abundance and manifestation in its finest. And, just knowing how to raise the crop, no matter what it is, that can all be euphemism for every day of our lives.
Absolutely. Right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, as you're saying, we weave it, but only we know that I was just talking about the Beatles and here's a song. Those types of things, you can't make it up. That's your team. That's Mother, Father, God, Spirit, however you want to label it, speaking to you. And the more we connect those dots, but if I sat here and tried to tell you every dot I connected today with Spirit, we wouldn't get too far, because we all have that divine communication with the highest selves,
That beautiful sky tomorrow night is kind of exciting because it's my brother's birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And he's always he's a year and a few months behind me, right? So he'll be 74 tomorrow, but he has always been hilarious, creative,
very
able
creative,
to levitate, magical, sneaky, but in a funny way.
Yeah.
Always able to, with one look, turn up the juice and everybody gets a chuckle. And he is a musician and a performer. He's a bass player.
And that's perfect. Look at all those skills and all that creative stuff, right? This is what Pisces is. They're not just like most of us, we're not just one thing. But Pisces people have, and wherever that Pisces is in your chart, you have that ability to create uniquely you in these energies. And that planetary tomorrow, well, we can see it tonight, we can see it every night, I think it's been going on for a couple of weeks, but they're getting tighter and tighter and tighter as and now the moon's there, so it's pretty cool. I mean, the next time that'll happen, Diana, is 2040. I'm sorry.
2040.
So,
and
use it. Use these
yes,
energies.
Sonia, 4 is our foundation. So if we look at that, not only is a 4 by itself a stable table, but now you've got 4 supports supporting the 4.
Hi, Allie. Allie's here. We love you.
I love you too. I'm sure Valerie feels the same way.
I love her. Yes, I do. I miss you. Allie and I will be live tomorrow at 9 on my channel. We're just going to talk about the energies coming in and probably the planetary lineup because that's a big deal. It is a big deal. It won't happen again for a while.
I'll be out to dinner with my brother and my baby brother, and neither one of them are babies anymore, but
but
I like to remind them I'm really the oldest, whether you like it or not.
So I've been saying in this, like in my, especially the daily posts, that we are in a quantum field of possibilities and potentials. And this really is the magic of the magic, to make the magic of the magic in any way you want to. It is just us making that intention. You don't even have to, if you have something on your heart, speak it out, write it out. I have this, I brought my little blow cinnamon through the front door.
Yep.
This got cinnamon. This is an orange with cinnamon, clove, bay leaves, and a green candle. So I'm always calling in abundance, but I call in abundance of health. Like it just doesn't money. You know what I'm saying? Call in what you prefer. This is also, we always have that safety and security is our issue, right? And it's being threatened right now from outside sources. And so this will help strengthen us, even though we're dreaming and imagining, dream that world in that you want to see, nobody can take away anything from you. My guides keep saying this. They just said it real loud. You determine whether you're free. You determine whether you have rights as an individual. So I looked down though, and they wanted me to say, in that space where you're dreaming, dream in that, which we all have, right? We jumped in the government or the leadership we would prefer. It's kind of been snatched from us at the moment. And I'm bringing all that up because they use these energies too. These energies are very floaty, very, it's hard to focus. You see how much stuff is coming at us.
Well, and there's no rhyme or reason.
Right.
It doesn't follow any particular process of events. It's just helter-skelter.
Well, that's on purpose, right? It's on purpose to confuse, and that's the low end of Pisces: confusion, delusion, illusion, division. The guru. What was that one that he had them all drink the poison? I mean, that's the severe end of Pisces, and that's what we're seeing from them.
Right. There's been so many of them where they had group mass.
It's just unbelievable. So we can take the good parts of
Mm-hmm.
Pisces, the higher version of Pisces. Oh, and everything. Well, the moon and the sun are square, right? Square Jupiter.
Yep.
At this, and we're almost there. We got like 15 more minutes. Now that squares aren't bad. I say they're more for to give you pause, right? Is this really
Pause.
the way I want to go?
Challenge. This
Yep.
is your challenge. How do you rise to a challenge? How do you use that to propel yourself into a better problem solving rather
Right.
than just allowing things to happen? Where do you put your foot down? Where do you put the block when you hit a sharp corner, which is a square?
Hmm. And it's
Half a
but
square, it's still a sharp corner. And that one is the hammer of Thor. It's going to come and hit you in the head. Watch out.
mhm. But it does that, and to me, it's always in divine, divine timing. The divine is saying, okay, here's your choices. It kind of comes to an abrupt stop. Do you really want to push through that? Because if it's something that you feel like you got to push through and you got to effort and fight it, it's that's telling you it's not the right way.
Right.
It's not the way. It's not the way to go.
We
Um,
also we also have Mercury sextiling Uranus. So in
yeah,
that we have these brilliant ideas.
yeah,
Can we work on them? Well, Mars is moving forward. He's still in his shadow phase
yeah,
and he's not moving quickly yet. He's still kind of dragging his feet on things because we have to have a feel of how far away the shore is. How can we get there? How can we conserve the fuel it's going to take to get there?
right, right.
And if
It's
you've noticed an uptick in your health and feeling better,
yeah, I have
like especially today, it's the
yeah,
new moon. So there's a lot, it's just lifting
yeah.
that closeness of the two. The moon and the sun having their own kazami in an hour.
I love it. I love it, and it's important, right? It's exchanging more information, and that information gets down to us, goes by all the other planets, because that moon is going to tick by all the planets in front of it.
Yep.
Tonight, tomorrow night, maybe a little overnight, but the sun is one day at a time. So, once that moon, I'm sorry, goes by the sun, goes by Saturn, goes by Mercury, the North Node, Neptune, Gong, and Psyche, it'll trigger different things in us. It's not even noticeable, but this is what happens all day long as the planets and points move and talk to each other, but to have it in that such a big line up, that moon going over, and the moon is no emotional awareness, emotional can be very emotional in Pisces, very watery, floods, water, make sure, that if you're in a real cold area, to crack your pipes open, things like that, right? It's important. These can cause water issues because it's a lot of water being pushed down on the planet. What do
Right.
you smell?
Well, first of all, I want to say, yes, Alice, get up,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
stand up for your rights. If you don't
Yep.
have it on your phone, get it. It's called Five Calls. It's an app. It helps you with your representatives and senators and who it is you should call to make sure that they vote for the constituent and what it is we're looking for and what it is we want so
Yep.
that they feel the same pressure that we feel. They're not isolated. They know what's going on,
Yeah.
but they're not sitting out here in the trenches with us.
No.
And
And
and I just want everybody to look at this. I just look at the geometry. It looks as if things are starting to take shape and come into focus, right? These things are going to all be conjunct. Right at this moment, it doesn't matter what it is, because when we get to the eclipse, I want folks to ponder. It comes together. And what does that symbol remind you of?
Yeah. See, this is why the geometry is so important.
These people are the people who built this nation. All of them. Franklin, Washington, Jefferson, all of them. L'Enfant, who created Washington, D.C., and all the streets are not only on ley lines, but they form the pentagram.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Freemasons. Now, my hit for this is a good omen.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things we can do is that 5 calls. Stay strong, email and call your reps over and over. Same issues over and over. Leave the message. I've already gotten an answer from Elise Slotkin, and was often in the news during the Jan 6 hearings, etc. So they're listening, even if it is a generated, everybody gets this part of the letter. There will be something in it that addresses what you had to say.
Right. And they are being inundated with phone calls. And my representative is a Trumper. So I'm really just, I don't stop.
Yeah.
I don't stop. I keep going. I keep going because, she's like, those generated letters. I'm working for you. I wrote her back. I said, you're not working for me. If you're going to do this to people, take everybody's rights and their Medicaid and things away. It is. I feel March is a month of revelation because as we play out this Pisces season, where you got to think like we're in this cosmic suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff is coming up, all of this, and they're coming at us so fast with so many things. It's hard in Pisces to stay focused on, it's these 20 things today. Focus on the 1 or 2 things that matter to you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get overwhelmed. Don't let that take you out of your center. It's so easy to be disrupted, right, energetically, that it's to your detriment if we allow it.
Okay, so Pisces is also a very loving sign for the most part,
Yes.
right? And what do we have happening? On March 1st, Venus is going to station retrograde. She will be at 10 degrees of Aries. She goes back far enough to enter Pisces again. So she's
26.
going to be right there with Neptune and Saturn
And
as
North
they
Node.
begin to make their egress,
Mhm.
right, into
Mhm.
Aries. So when we look at that, this is keep your heart alive. You're going to reconnect with the things that you love, and how do you hang on to them? What can you do to make sure that we don't lose track of where we've put things into storage?
Yeah, it's very important. Stay focused on your heart. Well, we're going to say that all the time anyway, especially, but this Venus, okay, this is crucial. We get to the equinox and we're at 0 degree Aries, right? Right now, we're going to have for the next month, Neptune at 29 degrees Pisces. That's the last degree of the zodiac. That is mass. It's just, there's no word for it. There really isn't a word for that because that is spirit. Neptune in the chart in Pisces is spirit.
Right.
Saturn's gonna go over that 29 the month of May, right? And then he'll go into Aries. But first we have Venus and Mercury who are gonna go, Venus is in Aries, is going to go back. Mercury's still in Pisces right now, but it's going to retrograde on March 15th.
Well,
Ides of March are
on
big,
March
big,
3rd,
big.
Mercury goes into Aries, and he
Right.
begins to catch up to Venus.
Okay.
Because she's going retrograde, they're going to come together with a little Kizami in there as well.
That's
And
right.
then
Oh, goodness.
on the 15th, he's going to go retrograde. So they're going to go backwards into Pisces together. So this is all about communication, quick bits of knowledge. slipping them, writing them on a piece of paper, even if you forget the list when you get to the
Brilliant.
grocery store, if you wrote it down somehow or another, it can come back to you.
That's right. Brilliance. I mean, it really is. And when, you know, when they go, but so we're going to have those 4 planets go over the 29 last degree, the 0 first degree of the zodiac. Okay, remember it's Saturn, Neptune, Venus, and Mercury, and then stop and come back over 0 Aries to 29 Pisces, or even further. Some go further in, and then stop and go back. So this whole year is 4 main planets that are going to cross over the last degree and the first degree. So this tells us, and tell me if I'm right, Dinah, that we don't have all the information yet. We don't know the way. We know in our heart, right, what we love and value. And of course, we know that we value our freedom and our rights. That's like a no-brainer. But how it plays out for all of us in the collective is going to change, and is malleable, right? Pisces is malleable. You know, it's a water sign. It's a what's the word I'm looking for? Not fixed, not cardinal.
Mutable.
Mutable. That's the word. So those things are very important, coming back into that Pisces to check in with spirit. That's how I look at it. Then going back to 0 and checking in with Aries, Mars, right? Basically, how do you want to proceed forward? What are you gonna do? Right?
March,
but that's not all. That's all year.
Right? March is so jam-packed. Okay, what is a Kazami? A Kazami is 2 planets kissing, that exact conjunction. So we have a Venus star point on March 22nd. And the next one in Aries will occur on March 23rd, 2029. So this one in Aries is important. This Kazami between the Sun and Venus. What do you want? Let's go get it. We're in Aries.
Just tell me.
How do you do this? Who do you delegate? And what do you have to take on and do yourself? And
That's
Randy, Randy, you're in Aries, aren't you?
Yes.
Right. And she knows how to get the job done.
Yes.
And now she's working on a 30-acre homestead ranch, getting a compound together.
And she wonders why she's tired.
She needs a new rim for herself.
Yeah.
She's a busy girl.
I love it.
Right? I can't say enough. I guess I'm just excited about this lunar eclipse because this is the first red moon in 3 years. The last one was November 8th, 2022. And when we have eclipses of the moon, they last a long time. So for us in the East here, it begins on the 13th at 11:57 Eastern Standard Time. 3 minutes and it's going to be the 14th. But it begins. So that means in the middle of the ocean, it's still the 13th or it's the 14th. And it's just getting ready to change to the 14th in the Eastern time zone. But the numbers are important to me because I like numbers. And 11:57, well, that rhymes. And then there's totality at 2:26 in the morning. That prenumbal for the closing begins at 447, which are my angel numbers, which could make me cry. And then it goes until 6 a.m. in the Eastern time zone. So adjust for wherever you are, but that's a long time. That's a 6-hour red moon.
And we're gonna do a show on that. We're gonna, we're gonna get deep into that. There's something you just brought up. Oh my goodness, what was it? Okay, what did you just say? Anyway, as we go back and forth throughout the year, this eclipses do take about 6 months to unfold. And we're at the end of the last two eclipses unfolding in the fall, right? We're at that juncture. I mean, there's just so many cycles inside of cycles and portals and all that stuff. It's fascinating to see it, but it is coming at us at lightning speed. I mean, there is no catch your breath unless you stop and purposely catch your breath. And that's something you got to remember because in this Pisces where everything's kind of floaty and dreamy and everything's just all happening at once, it is really hard to focus. And we need to focus. It is important that we focus, especially on the things that are matter to the collective.
Right.
Of course, we're focusing on our own lives. You have to.
It's like the movie Everything All the Time. Because that's what it is, and it can be, it's just overstimulation.
It is, and it's on purpose,
right?
To jack up your nervous system, to have you so confused. You're like, I don't know what the F is even going on anymore. And how should I even care? But that's the point of it. It is to confuse you, to wear you down, to just have you say F it and walk away, and if we can't do that, to me, it's very important. Our rights and freedoms are at stake. And that's something we need to stay focused on in our own little way, in our own little part of the world. Use your voice, while we have one. It's possible we could be shut down. I don't know. But that Mars, thankfully, in Cancer is gone direct. Now, Diana said he's not out of his shadow, and I don't think he comes out of his shadow until April 9th or something.
Something like that.
So we'll really see forward momentum. We'll really be going, okay, because that will also be Aries season, so we'll really have that fire to just, I got it. I know it, whether I'm passionate about or whether I'm feisty about or intense about it, I got what it is, and I'm going to go and I'm going to handle it. And that's not until April though, right? Right now we're dealing with the energies we have now, and all of this coming and going over that 29 and 0 throughout the year. You got that can change, right? Things are very changeable right now. Yeah, groundhog, Randy, right?
Yeah.
And tomorrow is no shopping day, right? Because how do we?
No shopping day tomorrow.
Yeah, and the 15th is
where I got my brother his B-Day gift. I got him the book of the Constitution.
Oh, that's so cool. And there's a list of things where, the people protesting against certain, whether it's Amazon. I have the things. I post them on Facebook. I might start posting them on my channel. I was trying to leave my channel separate, but it's kind of at that point where you really can't anymore,
Right.
You got to speak up, and you got to say what it is you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. Now, this is the one I like. Okay, it's 5051, the People's Movement. 5051. We the People, State of the Union, and it's virtually hosted. This is one for March 4th that you can sign up for and be on their virtual rally, right? And I guess they're going to lay out the rest of what they're planning. But I like the one for March 15th, which is the day right after the eclipse, right? And that eclipse day is also the day that they're actually going to vote on cutting out Medicaid and all of those programs for people. That's the date of that vote. So if you can really pressure and call everyone in the country would be very happy. But it's a total shutdown. And this is also 5051, and it's called Shutdown 315. March 15th, everything stops. No work, no shopping, no travel, no compliance. From the cities to the countryside, we shut it all down. They cannot ignore us if the entire nation stands still. This is not a strike. This is not a protest. This is a shutdown. Together, we will freeze the system until they listen. The power is in our hands. Let's use it. I mean, that's
Well,
the only way we're going to get their attention is
the
hit them where the money.
pocketbook is the way. No shop
Because they
tomorrow.
Yeah, because they keep 20 things a day that they do and throw out here, and it's like you can't hold on to anything, right? And that's that Pisces. We can't really focus. It's happening so fast.
Randy, I think that the no shopping tomorrow is designed for Amazon and
It's for everything except small business.
right. So
That's
go to your local market. That's fine and dandy. Things like
mhm.
that. And you're right about Venus going direct in April. I've got that as April 8th or 12th rather, that she stations direct, and Mars re-enters
Mars
Leo on the 18th. Is that
of
right?
April. Yes,
Right. And he was at what, 2 degrees of Leo or 1 degree of Leo when he went
6.
retrograde. So that's when he's finally going to be out of his shadow. So
Yeah,
if you think about it, we're at that beginning of spring. So now
yeah,
action is more malleable for
yeah.
us, period.
And that's the reason why I'm bringing this up, because there is going to be a spark of action as soon as we get into Aries and everything starts following into Aries. Um, that that is just going to automatic. That's what the energies do, right? They kind of prompt us to plant the seeds for the spring. Spring equinox. Plant your seeds for you tonight. Plant these seeds for you. You got the next 2 weeks till we come into that full moon, but then we're in eclipse season. So, yeah, you can do ceremonies on eclipses to remove things that you don't want to in your life anymore. Especially if it's certain hard emotional things or addictions, things like that.
Awesome.
What else?
And Randy doesn't do Amazon and no more Whole Foods.
But yeah, me either. I'm doing very little shopping. Here's the other one. February 29th is the economic blackout. March 7th to the 14th is the Amazon boycott. March 21st to 28th is the Nestle's boycott.
Boy,
April
you know,
11th to the 14th is Walmart boycott. April 18th is economic blackout too. So what we're doing tomorrow is that. And they don't have the 15th on here of where everybody stops. And now I realize a lot of people can't just stop working and not show up. But the more that do, the percentage, the higher that percentage is, the faster we will get their attention and take our country back. Because we're not going to get it. I don't see them handing it over. It's either we stand up and don't participate, or ICC or NATO comes in and helps us with election interference. I'm not sure how it plays out, So, and then we got April 21st to the 28th is a General Mills boycott. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot that
and there's a lot of things that I don't buy because I'm vegan, but there were a lot of things that I had to go to Whole Foods to get. Now, luckily for me, I have Kroger in Michigan. And Kroger is beginning, even in this rural area, is beginning to tag into people who can't have gluten and people who can't have dairy and people who choose not to eat those things because they're so tainted. So it's become easier to avoid. The biggest problem is they no longer carry my dog's food in the store. The only place I can get it is on Amazon. I
Me
try
too.
to go, if it's something that I can only get through Amazon, I have already tried to buy directly from the company.
Yeah.
And in spite of that, it still comes in an Amazon truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think about the poor guys and gals that are working for them. Well, when you're over a barrel and a hard spot, like right now, everything's up to par. I could actually quit buying that dog food and just start making my own.
That's true. I have to buy my cat food. I can't find it anywhere else through Amazon. It's the only thing I'm buying, and I'm trying just to do it like once or twice a month and just be done with it. But I tried to go to the company. I'm gonna try again, see if any changes have occurred. I have one. My boy, he's just too picky. He's a Maine Coon, and he's just he's got to
Well,
have
my dogs will
certain.
be happy with tuna. I can get that at the grocery store.
Most cats are like that. Not him. He's just like, you know what I like? Where is it?
Right?
Um, anyway, that's my baby. So as we go through this Pisces season, right? Because we're just at 9 degrees. We got all the way to 29 degrees to go, 20 more degrees,
Right.
20 more days. And at
So,
the same time, though, we are, as the cosmic, and the sun is doing its thing, and our DNA is being upgraded. We're getting more and more into the crystalline DNA of who, and changing from carbon based to crystalline based. So when we get these high energies like this, and the packets, the light codes come in, and they find the DNA that everybody has it, and they help you raise up a little bit on the spiral. They help you evolve more, ascend more, raise in frequency. I use all those terms. Is a very powerful time of year for that. And to me, it's a plan, right? They're taking us off our focus of our ascension, and trying to keep us angry and tethered here. So we're becoming experts at straddling the third dimension and higher. And it's kind of like I've seen enough of this today. Let me go in and go inside and work on myself. It
yeah.
is possible to do both. It's a lot of work, but that's really the only way we're all going to do it. Is This is the time to be inside, to call in the dragons, the angels, the elementals, the trees. Call in everybody. The veil is pretty much non-existent anyway, and in Pisces it's gone, right?
Yeah. Well, it could get foggy, but
Foggy. Well, it is foggy, right?
it, it's a different veil. Let's just put it that way. It's a different
Yeah,
kind of veil. It's not,
right.
it's the undertow. It's being trapped in the
Mm,
undertow, because no matter how we try to break free of it, or no matter how much we don't want to really go with the flow, because we don't want to end up so far from our beach blanket.
right.
That's the best way to get out of an undertow. If you fight it, you're in trouble. If you let it carry you,
Let it go.
which is why I stay out of the ocean, because I'm an idiot and I probably try to fight it.
Yeah,
I
I know.
go about as deep as my knees. That's it.
Me too. Unless I can see through it really good, I don't really. I'm gonna light this little, and here, we could just do a tiny little thing. Thank you, Mother, Father,
Yep.
God. Thank you, spirit teams. I always call in our spirit teams and put us all in a gold, sparkly, iridescent bubble of wisdom, protection,
Right.
and unconditional love and truth, and show us our next best step. Show us our highest soul's potential in unconditional love and truth.
I
And
have
then I say that for us. I say it for the animals, the children, every molecule. I say this. Bless the air, bless the water, bless the soil, bless every molecule on Mother Earth, bless the children, bless the animals, bless the leaders. I don't even want to call government anymore. Bless everyone in hospitals, everyone in nursing homes, everyone in the prisons, everywhere. All the boats on the water, all the planes in the air. I just keep going. And it's just saying thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And I mean, we are just here. I'm just here with myself. Diana's just there with herself and her doggies, and I got my kitties, and that's what I do most of the day, because this is our world, and we're the ones who are raising in frequency to ascend, and we all know that. Thankfully, we have this beautiful community. Hi, Cat Mama. Good to see you.
I was just noticing, and Leah has been able to make it back in. So, yay! Good to see you, girls. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have lanterns on my front porch. I try to keep Brigid's flame going,
Yeah.
and it's a 19-day cycle. You light the candles yourself and keep them going for 19 days. And then on the 20th day, you let Bridget take care of the flame. And so it's very hard to do that, because to time it correctly, because they're in lanterns. So if it's a hot sunny day, the wax is moving down faster. If it's a cold day, it's going even faster because it's burning up the heat, right? So at any rate, I lit them today in an attempt to get things going again. I have several special intentions. I have a nephew who's just recently been diagnosed with B-cell leukemia. He's 24 years old. He was moved to a cancer hospital on Monday and began his treatment this morning or yesterday. And so he was given chemo into his spine. They really believe that they can fix him, but it's going to be a long journey. It's going to take probably 2 years before he'll be finished with chemo. So he can't work for the first 6 months or so. And so, there's a lot of special intention there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, just everything with our own little ups and downs, because we're not 18 anymore. And for those who are 18, God love you. Let's pray for you too.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, and I'll post it on my
Thank you, Leah.
the post. Her nephew has a GoFundMe,
Oh, right. Yes.
and
There's
I'll post
actually
it.
2 of them, but one of them, and yeah, this is a long time. Hardest part is he's 24. He's got nothing, right? He has parents, but they also have a 14-year-old at home. And so they can't do everything. He does have health insurance, but that goes so far. So without being able to work, he still has to pay rent and all the other things, and try to go through things. Every day's a new normal. That's all I can say, is every day's a new normal. So
And
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, send them some blessings and love, and
Thank you, Leah.
I know, isn't it?
Sending tea to me tonight.
Aw, Leah.
Yeah, celery juice.
Yeah, celery juice does wonders.
Right. So
Okay.
since he's just getting started, I don't want to go back to see him again. But he'll be in the hospital for a month. But they're already so happy with the way things went with day 1. He may be able to slip into outpatient instead of having to stay in the hospital for the whole month.
Oh, see, I mean, that's awesome to get good news on the first day. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna, I got fogged in, fogged in. That's basically what Diana
Oh,
was just saying. Go
I-
slow, take your time.
we
Right?
just said that.
Yeah.
Foggy.
Then I got Journey by Moonlight, Believe in Magic, because that's really where we are made of magic. Everything is magic. Everything is energy. Everything is a frequency, and we can connect to that higher, all of our higher. Oh, what was that way they said that? The higher, your higher self. I'm trying. There's another word I wanted to use, but we can connect to the highest frequency that we're connected. Most of you all are very connected. All of you are. Hi, Hi, Rossi. Will he accept Reiki or other energy healing, Diana?
Yes, we do send that. His mom is pretty woo-woo as well. And I just pulled a card and then the whole deck fell on the floor. The one card that was very important that I can't find. Oh, there it is. So I got what we need to remember right now, especially since we're going to be doing this no shopping days and boycotting and that, needs before wants, right?
Yes.
We have to act as if we're paupers because we are. They can take it away any minute.
Any minute.
But in so doing that, we can commemoration of those valued things. Look, we have a little girl pulling out all of her grandma's clothes from a treasure trunk, right?
Aww.
Wearing the things that grandma once wore. Playing dress up. And then we prove ourselves. We prove ourselves by doing these boycott things and these little, I'm not going to take it anymore. You know, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
I mean, that's perfect. Thank you, Rossi, for sending healing to.
Thank you. Yes, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. His name is Brennan.
Brennan. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Sorry.
That's okay.
Brennan.
I didn't even hear you say it.
and I will put his GoFundMe in my post.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I need to find the link and I can do that. Oh, yeah, Leah, your mom and my mom. How is your mom, Leah?
Yes.
My mom, she had the mild stroke, then she got really sick, so now she's on antibiotics and steroids, but all her blood work and her x-ray came back good. So she's
okay. So
doing,
she's not in the hospital. She's still at home. Okay, good.
Yeah. So thank you. Leah, how's your mom? Brennan, Diane's nephew. Thank you, Janet. Bora's here. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You see Debbie Dement. Yeah, maybe Diana can talk to her, see if you energy healing from her. Meowdy. Good to see you, Cat Mama.
Oh, yeah, it's been so long.
Target what? Target lost over 15 billion in profit after they should all close down is what they should do.
Right. Yeah. And I've noticed that because I have to get my medication from there. And
let's send Leah's mom some healing.
Okay. Well, Leah, your mom is getting some healing from us. You know, I have her name on Joan of Arc's altar,
so beautiful. That's beautiful. I love those cards you picked. I picked one other one from the dragon deck, and it says fountain, which is interesting because this is water everywhere, right?
Oh,
is it
the truth?
It says there's an adage that says water doesn't wash, it remembers. Water and its propensity for memory has the power to clarify through remembering you to your original state. Now is the time for deep remembering. Go to the river or ocean, seek out a fountain, drink from the sacred chalice. Water is the dragon's best friend, as it keeps the fires of passion in balance. The waters of consciousness are beckoning you today to step out of your circumstances and into your deeper truth. Your situation doesn't define who you are, you do. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, and it's true. You could have this, little candle burning, put a glass of water next to it, take a salt bath, anything with water, drink some tea, honor our elements. You know, Mother Earth is, my goodness, they just been abusing Mother Earth for so long. And she could throw us all off of here in a second if she wanted to. So, and I know it's a journey, and I know it on a soul level, we think this is fun until we're here, I guess. And then we're like, what in the hell
You
was
know,
that?
you can't make it up. I'm just
Mm.
sitting here shuffling, and this just jumped out of the deck again.
Oh, which one? I'm sorry. I can't
Prove
see it.
yourself. We can manifest. We can manifest. We can manifest.
Yes, we can.
Work
And
your
together,
spell.
yeah. Together we're strong. Together it's we the people, and not everybody is, and they wanted to take woke and make that a bad thing to care about others. What are we talking about? So there's more and more of us that are woke, that are awakening, that know what's going on, that know that we're raising the frequency. And as those, as that Neptune sits at 28, 29 degrees for the next month, that's going to crack a lot of people open. And as it goes back and forth, that last degree to the first degree, this is a really big awakening year. And this is what we're here for.
And all the big planets, the goal setters, are changing signs this year.
Yes.
Right? So Jupiter changes signs every 12 months. So, okay, it's not as unusual for him to be in a new sign, but he too is leaving Gemini and heading into Cancer, right? And so we have all of this going on with Uranus changing signs, going into Gemini, getting off of my 29-degree Mars, and it's going to take him a while, but then he's going to get to my 29-degree Uranus in Gemini. So he's going to be messing with me for a while. And hopefully it's all brilliant ideas of new ways to solve problems, not just for myself, but for those around me as well. And so these are the things that everybody should be able to see little glimmers of for themselves. Yeah. We have Uranus. We know about Pluto has already switched, and Neptune is switching, and Saturn is switching, and Uranus is switching, and Jupiter is switching. And then, of course, the everyday planets that travel much more quickly.
They're all switching
on a monthly basis. Right?
Yep. It is epic. We are in history making. It's nowhere even in as old. A lot of astrologers had tried to go back to see when 5 outer planets changed in the same year. I think it was like 1787 was 4. That was the closest. And thousands and thousands. There's no, and to have them change in the signs that they're changing into, that's not recorded. It's just not there.
Okay, you got a song in my head. Get up and get down with the sickness. Oh, karaoke astrology. Here we go.
I keep saying Rage Against the Machine because that's how angry I am.
I look at the picture behind you of that full moon, and all I can see is the silent version, the original silent version of the movie Metropolis. It just reminds me of the
I have to look
robot.
at it. I have to look at it.
Oh my gosh. I'm not saying it even looks exactly like it. It just takes me back to Metropolis. But the original silent version, not the one that came out in late 70s, early 80s, mid 80s, I don't know, somewhere around there. So what do we do at 0 degrees? We stand in power. Because all the choices are there.
Yeah, these are master degrees, and they're not easy. These are very hard 1 degrees to come. 0 in the astrology I learned is about protection. It's the only degree that Scorpio rules. It puts that bubble of protection around you. That's why that bubble of protection is so important. 29 is actually 11. That's a Virgo degree. Be very discerning, but don't lose yourself in the details and all the all the sauce. There's malleability, and you got to be able to work your way through everything. But they're powerful degrees.
Randy is asking about her dragons. You know what, Randy? They're making themselves evident to all of us, because Rahu and Ketu, the snake dragon, is in the sky. That's the north node and south node, and it's in your chart, and it is everybody's got it. It is the one exact opposition that's in the chart. What's an opposition? Nothing but a conjunction at a distance, because those are at the exact same degrees. So how do you work with yourself? The other thing about this year is, and this happens every 19 years, the whole world gets a reset, because
that's this year.
This is the draconic year. So go back 19 years, and what were you doing? And 19 years ago, go back another 19 years, and what were you doing? Find the repeating theme. What is your soul's purpose? And you're going to start to see the pattern that is going to give you your soul's purpose. So on January 11th, when the North Node and South Node went into the Virgo Pisces Aegis and left Aries at that 0 degree point, the whole world has a 0 degree Aries and Libra node. And that's where the reset comes. So what changes in the chart is the sign will change. The degrees will change, because it's all based on how far away that 0 degrees of Aries is from your own North Node. Like I become, I forgot what I become. I forgot what I become. A Cancer? I can't remember, because I'm so wrapped up in looking at all of this stuff. Like Terry from Holding Your Space, she is a Leo. In that chart, she becomes an Aquarius in the draconic chart. So you will have another. Oh, I become a Taurus because I have an Aries North Node, and so the degrees that change for this is little enough to make me a 9 degree Taurus. But in Vedic astrology, I'm a Taurus, and in Chinese astrology, I'm an ox. So I'm a bull in both of those arenas. And in the sky, the sun is in Taurus when it is shining through Gemini, in order for us Western astrologers to become whatever sun sign we are.
And she's a Gemini in Western astrology. So are you doing the draconic charts? Are you offering them?
Well, yes, absolutely. I can do that, but I need information, because I can go to Astro Dynst and get a draconic chart from there, because my app does not provide it. And I have talked to them twice about it and gotten an answer both times that says, we are seriously considering doing this. Well, thank you. I've only had this app for so long, and I can't get a better app on it, because I just work from an iPad. So I have limited space to have these things.
And she's, because all astrology is just a little different, and she's learning. She's been taking classes on that. So if you want to look up your draconic chart, get a hold of Diana. But in your Western chart, right, we all have a South Node and a North Node that we're born under. That's there to show you the way forward, and that's, I don't read draconic charts, so that's what I know. And right now, as a collective, when those nodes changed and we're in Pisces going forward, Virgo is the South Node. You know, remember to use that South Node. You want to keep all of the things in Virgo that you are excelling at, that you enjoy. But if you're like me, maybe too critical on yourself or things like that, you want to send all that kind of stuff to the South Node. Let it release, let it go away. Um, and as for the Pisces North Node, that's all unfolding, right? We don't really see the evidence of what that is until after that 2.5 year, I mean, that 18 month trek. And even then, it's not like it's not absolutely the answer is there. And that's the thing about astrology, right? These are energies we're in, and we're able to manipulate and work with them, but we don't know really, but how the outcome is going to be at the
Yeah.
end of it all, because there's too many transits. You've got transits every day, planets hitting each other. But as for like tonight's new moon chart, we're looking at the the possibility, the biggest, the where the energies are showing. That's the way. This is what we're going into. How that looks in detail, nobody knows. And that's kind of what Virgo does, right? Virgo gets in the details of things, and the asteroids do, and the centaurs do. Well, there's a lot to it. It's layers upon layers upon layers, and it's really cool to play in, though. I love it. Dragons do love company, Randy. Call your
Mhm.
dragons in.
And many cultures have this dragon. It's Quetzalcoatl,
Hmm.
and oh gosh, I just forgot the name again. The Inuit have the same dragon, but this one is from the water, and it is the two-headed dragon, which is basically what Rahu Ketu is.
Is that the draconic chart? That's what you're
Well, no, I
describing?
was just trying to, because the gals here, Randy and Rossi, are talking about dragons, and they are showing themselves to us in so many different ways. And you can tap into any culture and find a story about a two-headed dragon.
And you could call in the dragons and have them. I have them protect children in schools. I have them go into all the uh, leaders, the centers of leadership. We'll say Washington D.C. in our. I have them all over there flying around, doing,
Right?
and certain ones for working on the earth, certain ones for working in the air, certain ones for working in the water. And then I usually do the pink and gold ones at the top because they're vibing down that higher vibration of unconditional love and truth and protection and things like that. But anything you're mad, this is what I'm saying. This is the time to let your imagination fly. Do not put any limits on yourself. There, and this is going to sound ridiculous. There aren't any financial limits, time limits, anything. Don't allow that. See what would, if you had it, uh, pretend you do. That's how you create. They want us to be in reality and say, oh, there's only these parameters and you can't step outside of that. And we never do, at our own detriment, because then we don't grow.
So
you
the
know
Inuit is, double-headed dragon is Sisudal. And think about how close Quetzalcoatl is in language.
Thank you, Denny.
Seattle, right?
Yes.
Sisudal. the Inuit two-headed serpent, and so many legends with so much similarity to Rahu and Ketu. This guy,
Yes.
you know, is often shown this way, but in reality, those two ends are closed. But he's a shapeshifter, so he can split himself in half and look like he's got three heads and trick you.
Mm. Yeah, and well, I'm not gonna.
And there's a tinglet word for it, and really this is like the tail of the grub worm, and it's Quomoqua, and they're just all connected. The stories are so familiar and similar. So just look all those guys up. Interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this is the time to be creative. You know, call in. Call in. If it's not dragons, call in your angels. Call in your team.
Oh, but
you know?
Maria says, I thought I saw a purple dragon in my meditation, but I would choose an iridescent purple dragon. So I told myself I made it up. No, you didn't.
That's
We heard you calling.
Yeah, don't limit yourself.
Exactly.
Do not limit yourself.
Aztec feathered serpent. Yes, Rossi.
Because if you would have laid there and let it come in, I mean, I've seen some stuff as I'm allowing things to come into my awareness, things morph into things that I might have been thinking of a year ago or a couple of days ago. You just never know.
I think you spell the Tinglet Inuit as SISUITL, something like that. So if you wanted to look that up, type that in. It'll come it'll correct your spelling. Did you mean?
Yeah.
Well, honey, it's 8:22. Do you
I know. It's about taking that leap of faith. Trust, take your breaks, take your pauses, breathe, do your ceremony tonight. Call it in, whatever that is for you. We have, like we said, eclipse season coming up. So this month is about, this is kind of what you're focusing on. Whatever you do tonight or have been up to this time is what, keep that in your heart, keep that alive, keep seeing it, see the purple dragon with iridescent colors, whatever it is,
right?
See it
mine is blue. His name is Maglio, for Maglio Ordonez, one of the best Tigers baseball ever. Played baseball for 14 years, all of them as a Tiger, and that's when he retired. He said, "That's it, man. Once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Can't be anything else." He was a good player. He won the World Series against New York way back. So shall I do a blessing for all of us, because I think we need it.
Please.
Okay.
Please plant your seeds. Plant your seeds today.
Plant your seeds. Do the cinnamon. So let's close with, begin the closing with 3 deep breaths. Hold them at the top and exhale through parted lips. Please place us in a steady stream of divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and divine grace. Michael, wrap your blue bubble of protection around us that shrinks to fit as we step into the healing teal green orb of Raphael that floats and shares and spreads and transfers the divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and grace, Dragons on the dashboard. So mote it be.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. So it is. Thank you, Diana. It's beautiful. I just want to say one thing to Maria. Maria, this is kind of the hardest thing to do is calm the mind, the monkey mind, right?
Yeah, monkey mind.
Very hard. If you could just stop, put your hand on your heart, tell yourself you love yourself. Take a few deep breaths, just like Diana was showing us. Stand still for a minute. You know, we have this thing that we believe we got to keep going, we got to keep producing, keep making things happen, keep moving, keep moving. You have to take time for yourself. It's not easy to do. It took me a long time to learn, and sometimes it gets away from me too.
Yeah.
But you're worth it. This is
Oh,
the
sure.
thing. You are so worth it. Everyone here is so worth this time.
And we still have everyday things, you know. We still have one foot in the 3D world because we live here.
straddle that 3D, do
Yeah.
your thing here, and then go up 5 and higher and give yourself some rest, relaxation, and peace. Time out. Even if it's, I mean, I started doing it right before I went to sleep and when I woke up, and I couldn't meditate any longer than that. That was it. It gets better. And we're all going to get better because we're all here. Hi, Ron. Aw, good to see you, Ron.
Yeah. I hope you're doing good, my friend.
Yeah, miss you. Aw, so good to see everybody. We love you. We'll see you the next full moon in Virgo, and it's an eclipse.
And it's in eclipse. And it's
Yeah.
Mercury going retrograde. And it's all those
Mm.
things.
And it's
Plus,
Ides of March. Ides of
well,
March.
and plus it's the bricklayers, man. It's the bricklayers.
The Masons. Yeah, the Mason symbol. Yeah, there's a lot. March is big. I don't know. Maybe we should do a show a week because things are pretty
Oh my
intense.
God. Look what's at the bottom of the deck.
You let me know. Oh, independence. Declaration of Independence. Oh, good for you, Ron. That's what we were talking about. Sign those petitions, boys. Sign them. Call. Do your
That's
thing.
right. Hey, Ron, what do you think about Michigan becoming a province of Canada?
Oh, that's not even.
I mean, you know, it's less than a mile across the river to Windsor.
Yes. All right, guys. We will be back soon. We love you very much. Remember to honor
Bye-bye.
yourself. Give yourself that pause. We love you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Crazy. It is crazy.